Welcome to Unseen Light Creation. Learn, reflect and rise. Please, like the video and don't forget to subscribe.
Peace be upon you. This is a story of a boy. In a quiet village surrounded by green hills, a little boy named Yamin lived a peaceful life, filled with laughter, his mother's love, and the beauty of their blooming garden. Every evening he planted flowers with her, dreaming that one day the stars would visit their garden. But one morning, the sky turned gray. Sirens screamed. War arrived without warning. In an instant, the swing stopped swaying, the flowers stopped blooming, and Yamin's world was burned to ash. Years passed. Alone but not broken, Yamin carried with him a pouch of jasmine seeds, the last gift from his mother. Wherever he saw destruction, he planted peace. In places where bombs had fallen, he grew hope. This is the journey of one boy who never picked up a weapon, but changed the world with flowers, reminding us all, this earth was never made for war, it was made for gardens, for peace, and for love. Let's start the journey with us. Salam.
Part 1. The Peaceful Beginning. In a quiet valley far from the noise of cities, a little boy named Yamin ran barefoot through a meadow. The sun was golden, the grass was green, and his laughter echoed like a song of the earth. There was an old fig tree in his garden, with a wooden swing that creaked in the wind. His mother, gentle and kind, spent her mornings tending to flowers. One day, she placed a tiny jasmine seed in Yamin's hand and whispered, "Even the smallest seed can make the world more beautiful." Together, they planted it in soft soil. Day by day, Yamin watched the flower grow, a little miracle in his own backyard. Birds flew above, singing their peace into the morning light. In his notebook, Yamin sketched stars and flowers, dreaming of a world full of color. At night, his mother braided his hair and told him stories under candlelight. Stories of love, of the stars, and the promise of peace. He chased fireflies in the dusk, while she watched with smiling eyes. Their dog played in the garden, the flowers danced in the breeze, and the village around them lived in gentle harmony. Each morning, Yamin waved goodbye to his father, who worked in the fields. Before leaving, his father would lift him high and whisper, "Grow strong like the fig tree." They harvested fruits together and shared food with neighbors. Every evening, families gathered outside, eating, laughing, singing under the open sky. Yamin danced in the rain, painted the garden with joy, and once, a single white petal floated into his hand. To him, it felt like a gift from the stars. They lit candles by the garden every night, praying for beauty, for dreams, for tomorrow. The swing swayed gently, the moon smiled above, and for a moment, the world was perfect. But peace can be fragile. Part 2. The Day War Came. One morning, the sky didn't rise in blue, it screamed in grey. Sirens pierced the village air as birds fled and smoke rose from distant hills. Yamin, clutching his mother's hand, watched fighter jets roar above their garden. In moments, the fig tree burned, the swing broke, and the flowers they had planted turned to ash. His father ran home in panic, embracing them before stepping back into the chaos, only to be taken away by armed men. From the shelter below their home, Yamin heard explosions, his world trembling with every blast. Their once warm village became a battlefield. Soldiers marched in, tanks rolled over roses, and silence replaced laughter. At night, his mother prayed by candlelight, clutching his father's photo. Yamin sat beside her, holding the last flower they had saved. The moon was gone, hidden behind clouds of smoke. Everything beautiful had fallen. And in the darkness, a little boy stared at the ruins and whispered, "Why does peace break so easily?" Part 3. The Journey of Hope. Years passed. Yamin grew, not with toys or books, but with silence, sorrow, and memories. He carried nothing but a cloth pouch filled with jasmine seeds, the last gift from his mother. With each place he traveled, he saw the same story. Broken homes, shattered dreams, children without childhood. But where others saw ruin, Yamin saw soil, and he planted. In ashes, he planted. In craters, he planted. Flowers can't stop bullets, someone once told him. But Yamin smiled and said, "No, but they remind us why we should." Slowly, a miracle began. Children came out of hiding. A boy helped him plant. A girl gave him water. A soldier stopped and cried beside a single blooming flower. In places where only destruction had lived, hope began to take root. The world started to notice. Not because he shouted, but because he grew peace, quietly, stubbornly, with a heart that refused to give up. And with every seed he planted, he wasn't just growing flowers. He was growing the memory of a life that once was, and the dream of a life that could be again.